Welcome. In this presentation, we're going to talk about the college catalog. The catalog is your academic resource. What's inside the catalog? The catalog has four main areas of information. The first section goes into college information. The next area covers academic policies and information. Next is degree information. These would be a listing of classes that you need to fulfill certain degrees. And the last section of the catalog goes through course descriptions. You should keep the catalog. When you enter Eastern, the catalog under which you enter is going to determine what your requirements are for different degree programs. You might also need it if you plan to transfer credits to another school, because that school might need to see what the course description is to determine whether or not the class you have taken matches up with a class that they offer. Now, let's take a look inside the catalog. You have probably already received a copy of the college catalog in the mail. Keep that copy. It'll be useful to you down the road. There's another place, however, that you can access the catalog, and that is from the Eastern website. On Eastern's website, if you visit the current student section at the top of the page, and then scroll down and you'll find a catalog link. There are several different catalogs here. In this case, for you, it'll be the 2019-2020 catalog. When this page opens, you have two choices. You can either click here and that will pop the file out into its own window, or you can click down here on the PDF link and it will open in the browser. Some of the important sections of the catalog that we want to look at. On page 46 and 47, there is a list of all of the general education courses and designations. They're listed by domain. So these are communication courses. These are natural science courses. And this list is not saying that you need to take all of these courses. These are just the different options you have for fulfilling certain requirements. So this is just a reference. On the second page, we have the different options available for humanities and art, social science, information science, and mathematics. On the next page, we have a course listing for the Associate in Arts degree. And then on the next page, we have the same thing for the Associate in Science degree. The AA and AS degrees are typically used by students who intend to transfer to a four-year institution. It's often very cost-effective to come to Eastern for a couple of years, fulfill most of your general studies requirements, and then once you've completed the AA or AS, you can transfer to a four-year school where you would then spend your junior and senior year working on the requirements for specific degree programs. This chart in the middle of the page is called a degree pathway, and it is designed to help you figure out what courses you should be taking when. So you see here, This is the list of recommended courses for the first year of your fall semester if you are an associate in arts student. So the suggestion is to take 15 credit hours. Most classes are typically 3-hour classes. Occasionally, if you have a science class that has an additional lab, you might see 4-hour classes. And the suggestion for the fall semester, here we have Intro to Computer Applications and Concepts, English Composition, and then we have a concentration elective, a humanities elective, and a social science elective. These electives refer back to these charts, and this is where your academic advisor can help you determine which classes are available each semester and what would be a good choice for you to take. Here's the same thing for the AS degree. Notice the sequence here is a little bit different. Now for the technical programs, for example, let's look at the Biological and Environmental Technology program. These are associate and applied science degrees. And just as was the case with the two transfer-oriented degrees, here we have this chart helping us figure out what we should be taking. So first year fall semester, we're taking general bio, which has a lecture and a lab. So 3 hours for the lecture, 1 hour for the lab. Intro to Computers, English Composition, a math elective, which should be Math 121 or higher, and the BET seminar. Again, your academic advisor will help you determine what classes you can take when, what classes are available. The other very important resource that takes up the back of the catalog are the course descriptions. So for example, second year fall semester, it is suggested that you take BET 200, Field Biology 1. So in the back of the catalog, we will have course descriptions. So here I found all of the courses that are the BET courses. And here is BET 200, Field Biology 1. It's a 4-semester hour class. And this is the important thing I wanted to show you here. This course has a prerequisite. It has 2 prerequisites. It's expected that you will have already taken English 101 and Math 121 before you enroll in this class. So it's always good to check to see if you're thinking about taking a class, are there any prerequisites? Have you completed those classes already? The other thing I would advise you do as you use the catalog is take advantage of this plan. As you complete courses, put a check mark, highlight them, do something to indicate that that's finished and off my list. And that way you'll be on track and you'll graduate on time.